Okay, so this is how we get into the HTML web page that we made. We make sure to change the directory, get into our HTML directory, and then edit the file that is creating our HTML. So this is the key. As you can see, I've been editing it a little bit. So this is how to get in there and edit. So once we press enter, so we see we have a header. A title is pretty cool. So we added that down in Tinsley's web page. You can see that the title is actually on the tab. It is not anywhere on the web page. It is just on the tab, which is kind of interesting. And then we have the header 1. This is a web page for our team. Style number header 2, hello Dan. Header 3, hello from Tinsley. And just using a paragraph to show that it's a couple of headers. Now, when you type a paragraph in here, no matter how many times you press enter, this is a paragraph. When you go to the website, it will show up on a single line. So this is a paragraph, so we're in the same line. And then looking at the code, if we want to break the line, we just add in this little BR in the brackets, and that will just bring it down to the next line here. So once you add in, it'll just bring it down one line. But a paragraph will add this little space here, space here, space here, space here. Those are all paragraph spaces. But the BR brings it down just a line. So then OL is ordered list. It's a numbered list, and we put Dan. And then we use bullets, an unordered list, UL, and then we wrote tins. We did a strikeout text. That was cool. And then what we did try to do, which it didn't exactly register on any of the web pages, but we could explore this further. But we tried to add an image source. So we could explore that later, but it didn't work. But you can see where on the web page we tried to add it, and you can see the strikeout text here. So it's pretty interesting. We made a pretty basic, straightforward HTML website, and there's a lot of resources online, so it could be very fun to explore them further and make a very nice web page. So, and that's it for us. Okay, so here we are back, showing just that the IP addresses are off. We'll go into the code so we can talk about it. So with this code, we had to install Python. We had to create a new directory for the Pi app. We had to create a folder for a virtual environment and import Python into that, and we had to make sure that the virtual environment was activated, so we do that here. And we also had to make sure that the app, rather than belonging to the root, was able to belong to the Pi. And so once that was all done, we installed the Flask, and it was successful down here. And here's how we modify the code for the application. So we'll just start from there. We'll type it in again and explain what we are working with here. So from this point, we write from Flask, import Flask, app equals Flask, name, app root slash define hello world. And this was important to make sure that it was tabulated. Otherwise, Python didn't like it. So the formatting is always important. And here we made our title a little bit fun. We put it in bold. We used header 2, hello world, ended the bold, ended header 2, started header 3, italicized, and header 3. So once everything is done, this is the part where we can kind of have a little bit fun with, but this is very important to make the application as expected for Flask. So once we do that, we can export our application by running export, all caps, Flask underscore app equals what the file that we just made, hello pi. So once we do that, then we can run the Flask. So Flask run. And this will allow it to be opened only on our Pi website. So if we go here and click refresh, now we see this fun little script here. But if we go back over here and refresh, since I didn't run it as a host, we still cannot access it. So what we can do is just go back in here real quick. We'll do Command C for quitting that one, and we'll just do Flask run dash dash host equals 0.0.0.0 and this is so that it can be accessed and sent out to all IP addresses on the network. So we'll just go ahead and press enter, and as we can see, it's running off this one, and this took me a couple seconds because I thought I just typed in the 192.31. So if we'll go back over here and just type that in, delete this semicolon 5000, we see that it is just the HTML website we had created before. And so I was very confused why it was not working and consulted my classmates. And they recommended just adding that in. And voila, we see the same of what we have on the website. So that is the completion of running the server as a host for part 2 in the question. Thank you.